No. Let me get my computer in sync. Okay. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Nikki. All right. Well, welcome to Essential Perspectives, where we will have a new clarity on the amazing, powerful experience of using essential oils. And my name is Heather Portwood, and tonight I am your host. Well, I'm always your host because this is my channel. But anyway, so tonight what we're going to be talking about is using essential oils to reprogram our thinking. And I'm going to tie in also some of the information with the feelings kit. So if you're new to my channel, you can go ahead and do me a favor and like and subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll get notifications whenever I put up a video or go live. And then the likes just kind of help my, it kind of gives preference to where it'll show up in the YouTube stream. So, or if you like the video, you can like it. So we're just going to jump right in. Emotions and feelings. Oh, also, if you have any questions, hey, Mindy, if you have any questions, you can use the chat. I love, having interaction with people who are on live or commenting below if you're watching the recording. So emotions and feelings, there are a difference between the two, and the difference is important to understand. Why we react and feel the way we do, and what if our reactions and feelings are of a negative nature and you want to change that about yourself. I know I struggle with negativity. I'm just going to be honest. I try to put my positive pants on as often as I can and when I remember, but I do tend to, be a little bit negative. But I'm aware of that with myself. So, what if I told you that there are essential oils that can help you do just that and helping you with how you react with your feelings? So, here's a couple of ways that essential oils can help in that area. Let's start with the fact that essential oil molecules, I'm going to go a little bit on the science end. They support our body systems. They help remove toxins and they oxygenate our cells, but they also open up the emotionally stored memory in the DNA of our cells. So the scent of essential oils directly stimulate and access the limbic system of the brain, which is our seat of emotions. Okay, so we got to think in there too, if you have a really crappy diet, if you've heard that we're learning the gut and the brain relationship. It's really important with your emotions. So in the limbic system, which is the seat of the emotions, or our emotional brain. So when we touch or see something, our brain processes what we are touching and seeing first before we react. But when we smell something, it's kind of the opposite of that. We react first and then we process what happened. Just imagine when you smell cookies baking, you feel hungry, you feel comforted, and before you realize it, you just ate probably more than you should, or you indulged a little bit too much. So a little tip with that, like I used to, I don't eat a whole bunch of sugar anymore, but I used to, and I would just put a little bit of peppermint, like if I was cooking or anything like that, like on the tip of my tongue, and that really helped me with eating the batter or, the stuff that you probably shouldn't do when you're cooking or baking, and then eating lots afterwards. So smelling various essential oils and applying to various points on the body can help us to boost our mood in ways that move us to a positive place and help us to transform and change our negative emotional patterns. So this fact is actually proved been proven fact to me over and over in my life when I am really on purpose about using the oils for emotional support. So here's a little quick science lesson. The olfactory bulb, which is just above the top of the nose, is actually a part of the brain which extends from the limbic system. And the limbic system is a link between the voluntary and the involuntary nervous centers, and the link between the left and right brain hemispheres. So essential oils connect directly to the hippocampus and the amygdala. I probably did not say that right. I Googled it a couple of times today, but areas of the brain or the limbic system, which are where emotions and memories are stored. And this is why essential oils are so effective in rapidly balancing mood and emotions. And also a lot of the reasons why, Gary would teach a lot about placing the oils right here and why they anointed the head with oil in that area. So it has been said that when there is a conflict between reason and feeling, human beings will always side with the feeling part. Therefore, if you want your life to be guided by good decisions that lead to health and happiness and fulfillment, oh, you can see that huge zit right here on my forehead. I just pointed it out. My third eye is opening right now. Just kidding. Okay. I need to get back to and I lost my place. Hold on. Okay, so they will side with feeling more than they will with reason. Therefore, you want your life to be guided by good decisions that lead to health and happiness and fulfillment. You need to be aware of and in control of your present feelings and learn how to release and repressed emotions of the past. And we all know about, I've gone over in a couple of other, I think 2 other videos, just emotions, how we know that we have to, if you're a stuffer of emotions like I am, my mom's a good stuffer, and it's just a new way of learning how to deal with things where we don't stuff those emotions. We use the tools that we have, the oils that we have that help us in releasing these patterns. So it's also interesting to note that most of our feelings from day to day are not responses to our current happenings. They originate from the programming and cellular memory that was imprinted by the emotional experiences of our past that we are unable to understand, process, or resolve at that time. So these forgotten traumatic experiences function as live programming in our bodies and affecting every aspect of our lives, and particularly in the area of how we make good decisions or any decisions. So when our thoughts are limited by fears or self-worth or lack of self-worth, not feeling good enough or better or more better, then we make decisions that limit our success. And that's another huge thing for me that I can totally attest to, as far as moving from just somebody who wanted to use oils all the time to actively sharing oils with people, is I had a lot of insecurity, a lack of self-worth. And those are areas that I knew I didn't want to be stuck with those for the rest of my life. I wanted to be better. And so that's just another testament of my story. So start thinking of what you would like to achieve. And it's important to remember that our thoughts carry frequency. And we talk a little bit about frequency, about that being a measurement. And essential oils absorb our thoughts. They are registered in oils as intent. With that, I forget the lady who used to teach it a lot a couple of years ago. She would talk about, and we've discussed it in like the chemistry class, but just the intelligence of essential oils. They really are, they were created to do something magnificent, and that's just what they do. They don't change. And so, anyway, going back to with intent of how we use them, that directs our attention and our focus of these are going to help me. This is something that's going to help me, rather than putting them on thinking, I don't know if this is going to work or not. So when you apply it with intent on your feet, it can saturate all of your cells within 60 seconds, stimulating creative thinking and pushing negative energy out of the cells, thus increasing the frequency of the cells throughout the body. In that, when you're in a state of where you feel uplifted, you can resonate with that. You feel better. Your thoughts aren't as negative. Hey, ladies. And this is something I learned early on, is your intent with using oils is really important. Your intent with anything is really important. But, if we go in with the mood or the negative energy of, well, they may not work. These aren't going to work for me. They work for everybody else, but they're not going to work for me. It does have an effect on your personal frequency and how the oils can. We just want to maximize them. So any good, positive vibes that you can move along with that, it helps. And I'm reading, this part right here is from Gary Young. I should have said that at the beginning. Let me finish. So in that uplifted state, you can create a new desire to be a better tomorrow. You have no limitations but those you choose to accept, because the size of the molecules in essential oils are very small, and they're able to pass from the oil factory through the blood-brain barrier, gaining entrance to the brain. And this is why essential oils, especially those in the high chemical constituent of the sesquiterpenes, we've gone over this before, like frankincense, sandalwood, a lot of the Bible oils, are able to allow to gently and effectively have emotional release from memories that are stored in cells of the body. We all have our highs and our lows, and we are thankful that essential oils are an integral way to support all of the emotions. And that was by Gary Young. So limited thinking leads to limited decisions that lead to limited life, far short of what we know, if you're a believer in God, just what he has for us and what he wants for us. So the God-given potential that we actually possess. So the good news is that we are going to go over repairing, how we can do this with using the fillings kit, and you can fix. This is such a whole concept of like we're using everything. We use the tools, the oils, and then we're doing a lot of the work ourselves by changing our thoughts. So I want to get ahead of myself when I talk. Okay, so we're going to go over the feelings kit. And this one was, very highly developed by Gary. And he actually said that the feelings kit is his favorite kit. And with it comes with a protocol in the kit. And I forgot to get it out of the bathroom. It's under the counter where I have a sleeping baby in my room, or I would have brought it out with me. Class fail. So it's got the regimen in it, a little pamphlet that tells you how to use it, where to apply it. So, how to apply it for harmonic balance. So instead of residing in our past feelings and making decisions based on, our old thought patterns, we can learn to take each step forward until we come to the present. And that's super important. And that's something that I know I can tell what's happening when I'm using the kit. And I like to go in a quiet spot. Usually if Christian's home, my husband, and I can go in a different room by myself. These oils for me, I'll put them on, they're at my oil station. I'll just put them on. But when I'm definitely needing to work on this area, I like to be in a quiet spot where I'm just alone with my thoughts and can focus. So, Valor is one that's in the kit. It's an empowering blend that was formulated to balance the energies to instill courage, confidence, and self-esteem. It also helps the body self-correct, its balance and alignment. Like we like to apply it to the spine before we go to the chiropractor because it kind of helps in that alignment. When applied to the shoulders and or the feet, that's another tip that I don't know if that's in the pamphlet or not, but applying Valor, a couple of drops to the palm of your hand, and then you learn this when you learn raindrop, and then you cross your hands, you make a cross, so put like one hand on each shoulder, and you just kind of take a minute with breathing. Did I cover my microphone? And you just kind of wait. This is like if I'm really, really stressed out, or I'm really feeling I don't know, like I just need a shift emotionally or a quiet space in my head, and just kind of breathe in and out a few times. It's super helpful, especially like if you struggle with like panic or anxious feelings. So a good tip is when beginning an essential oil treatment or protocol, it's good to put Valor on the inside of the wrists and hold them out in front of you facing each other. So like this. Then after about 3 to 4 minutes, apply the remainder of the oils. Valor is a balance, builds a bridge between the body and the oils. And that's another thing that I was, kind of another example with the putting the oil on my shoulders. So Harmony is a very powerful spiritual and emotional blend, and it is made up of 17 oils that are in the blend. It promotes and helps to create harmony in all the areas of your life, no matter what seems to be out of balance. And some of you know, I'm a homeschool mom of 6, and we diffuse it a lot for the Harmony. And it's a pleasant smell. It's just a really good oil. I love it. So our physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies come together to create harmony in the world around us. So it is beneficial in reducing occasional stress, amplifying well-being, and dissipating feelings of discord. It's also uplifting and elevating to the mind and help creating positive attitude. Our next oil is forgiveness. And forgiveness contains 15 essential oils in the blend. And I love all of the oils. To me in this kit smell amazing. Now, if some of you might know, if you go through and you smell it and you don't really like the smell of it, it's just keep using it, because I promise you it will get to where it just smells amazing. So, okay, forgiveness. The frequency of forgiveness is 192 megahertz, which is considered extremely high for an essential oil blend. So all that is the measurement of the frequency of that number. So to give you a comparison, the human brain is 72 to 90 megahertz in the body, and the brain is, and then the body is 62 to 68. So, and forgiveness is 192. And essential oils can range anywhere from 52 to 320. With the spiritual oils, more like the Bible kit and things like that, being usually over 90. So Idaho Blue Spruce is the highest at 429, which I do need to get that out. Nikki reminded me, or I just, okay, it's on my class list to do. And that just reminded me, sorry. So anything over the frequency of the human brain is considered extremely high. Frequency is an indicator of the vibration and energy of food or even thoughts. So when the level of the essential oil is very high, it helps us to release things quicker it raises our our spiritual awareness. And forgiveness essential oil has that effect. So using it daily can raise your frequency and allow the soul. It's like I'm writing and telling you this kind of like how I feel when I go through the process of doing an emotional release or using the oils. So it helps you to allow yourself to forgive, forget, and release. And of course, I'm a believer, like I said, and so I like to pair scripture with this while I am also going through using the oils, or if I'm, in my quiet space. Present time is a blend that is empowering. It's fragrance. It creates a feeling of being in the moment and helps you focus on the here and now so that you can get beyond the past and move forward. So present time and inner child for me are always the two most powerful whenever I'm doing my feelings kit, like going through all of them. So next, so present time has neroli, orange, that helps enhance the inner peace, ylang ylang, spruce. It's very relaxing, and also another one that helps bring harmony. Release is another one in the kit, and you can actually buy this one individual. I forget, I meant to write that down. I can't remember which oils were just in the kit or if you can get them all. But I know Release you can get alone. Release, I'm not doing the coughing thing again tonight. I refuse. So Release is a really good one to place over the liver area because that is an area where we tend to store a lot of emotions, is in our liver, especially feelings like anger, resentment, bitterness, things like that. So Release is a blend with relaxing aroma, and it actually helps you to let go of anger and frustration, to release negative memories that are stored on a cellular level. Inner Child is an excellent oil for those of us who take things a little too seriously. And I scan for Inner Child a lot. So that just tells you. So that is at the core of who we are. So this is one of the first steps to harmonize and stabilize our emotions. Some have described the feeling of using this oil as if they are surrounded by a warm security blanket, and in that space where you're able to look and release many things that were holding you back. Although the feelings protocol into which to apply as a whole, the process of the oils release using essential oils should not be uncomfortable, dramatic, but gently occurring step by step. So it's nothing crazy. I am a crier, so I don't think I've never not cried. So if you're a person who maybe has a difficulty crying, just let yourself, because crying is cleansing. Crying can help, clean and clear, and just kind of listen to yourself and your body and your spirit when you're going through and walking through with these oils. Application of the oils accompanied by a mental focus and relaxation. It depends. Again, this is something, it's got the directions in the sheet, but you can do it a couple of times a day. Others may require doing it, like it's not just a one-time thing. Like you've got, I think all the oils in the kit are 5 milliliters, so you have 80 drops in there. So just kind of go with it. Maybe do it one day and see if you could do it the next day. And then if you feel good that day, try to do it the next day. So where you're not just doing it once and then putting it on the shelf and not using it anymore. So maybe set out some space before you go to bed and try to do it for like a week. You just follow what you feel. But If you reach a step during which you begin to feel uncomfortable, you don't need to make yourself finish. I mean, let's just face it, there's a lot of trauma when we were children. And so when we're on an older journey and still trying to heal from things in our past and maybe in our childhood, it can be rough. So don't force yourself, I guess, don't force yourself to finish if you're feeling like you just need to stop. So it is entirely possible that you can achieve emotional results with a single oil blend if you don't have all the oils on hand. So just keep that in mind too. If you just have one of the oils, or maybe you just have release, or maybe that you have one of the oils that aren't in the kit. Like there's quite a few emotion oils that aren't in the kit, like Hope, Believe, Magnify Your Purpose. Start using those with intent of trying to work on those issues and areas of your life. And that is all I have for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the info, and thank you so much for joining me. And again, if you haven't already, hit the like button and the subscribe. And if you're new to essential oils and are interested in more information, I would love to help you. You can just comment below and your email, or I can contact you that way to help you. And I provide with you a free private wellness consultation. Or you can email me at Heather Portwood, PORTWOOD .yl@gmail.com, and I will get with you. And if you have already been introduced, like stop in mid-thought. If you have been introduced, then go find that person that's introduced you to the oils, because I know they would love to support you. You guys have an amazing night, and we will see you next Monday.